Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Fishing in the South Okanagan. Today I'm going to show you what I use for small topwater lures. What I have here is the, again, Fenwick HGM medium light fast action rod. And again, I can't say enough about these rods. I love how they feel in my hands. I've always had a spot in my heart for Fenwick, just because of I've had no problems with them whatsoever. Found this rod at Canadian Tire. It's a one-piece rod, which is very hard and rare to find in a local shop because normally they're in two pieces, which I have no beef with two rods. Pretty much started with two rod in the first place. I just find when fishing with a two-piece rod that when you're doing a cast, half the time, or not half the time, but some of the time, the top half of the rod goes shooting out, and hopefully no one saw that, and either you're going to be the laugh of everyone that you're fishing around with and just laugh it off and go about your business. But yeah, I love using a one-piece rod. What I have it paired up with is a Pflueger Trion reel. This is the 7-bearing gear ratio of 5:2 to 1. Absolutely love Pflueger. Super smooth drag, can't be beat. And I also love using Pflueger. I was introduced by a guy I used to fish with, and I absolutely love these reels, and I've never gone anywhere else for reels other than the odd Shimano, or what else we got. Yeah, the odd Shimano pretty much, but mostly of my reels are Pflueger. Now, as you can see here, that my lure is one of the live target popping frogs. Now the reason I use a spinning reel combo is for the simple fact that when it's a light lure, I like to just launch it out there and work it back as best as I can. Normally I would use a small lure, or not lure, sorry, rod, like a 6'6" or a 6 foot length rod, just for the simple fact that depending on where you are, the rod tip doesn't smash into the water and you get a good action of back to forth or splashing. Normally, I'll show you really quick. I use the Pflueger, what was this? Echelon, that's what it was. Pflueger Echelon. This one used to be a 6'6" two-piece rod, and I was on Shannon Lake in West Kelowna, and I had a jig or a Cinco on it, and it got too far to the bottom, and if anyone knows that Shannon Lake has a very weedy bottom, and it got caught in there, and I tried pulling and pulling and pulling, and it ended up snapping the rod, and I ended up, or sorry, no, that's where the guide used to, the big guide used to be. So what ended up happening was, with one rod, which I snapped, which I now use to line up my reel with line, so that's what I use for my line. I ended up shortening this thing with what I had, and ended up pairing it together with some Gorilla Glue, and had it set as best as I could, then clipped off the big guide, or one of the guides that was sitting here, and pretty much taped it with electrical tape. But yeah, anyways, this is the length that I use now, mostly for jerkbait fishing or the odd topwater, but I think I have it already set for where I want it. just for the light action, easy loading reel, or not reel, rod when it comes to topwater fishing. Now, I was going back and forth and asking the guys that know bass fishing better than I do of would it be a good idea to use a spinning reel for topwaters. Some were with the idea, with small ones, because I find when you're using bait casting reels, you tend up getting bird's nests, and with the light lures, it's almost like you have to get the settings right to where you want to be when it comes to bait casting. Compared to the spinning reel itself, you don't have to worry about backlashes or bird's nest. Depending on the type of line that you have, you can launch it like snot and be able to work it back with no problems. So that's the reason why I use my spinning reel